The neural interface chamber hummed with an otherworldly frequency that made Maris's bones vibrate. He stood before the containment field, watching Anna through the shimmering barrier of pure energy. Her form flickered between solid and translucent, a being caught between dimensions after the accident at the Kronos research station. "You shouldn't be here." Anna's voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere, a haunting melody that seemed to bypass his ears entirely and resonate directly in his mind. The others, they learned what happens when flesh meets void-touched skin. Maruz had read the reports. 7 scientists, all from species far more advanced than humanity. The Zelthari with their crystalline biology, the Morgothi with their adaptive cellular structure, even a Primarch beings who could survive in hard vacuum. All had attempted to stabilize Anna after the dimensional breach. All had been reduced to scattered atoms within seconds of contact. "The Galactic Council has declared you a Class 9 hazard," Maruz said, his hand moving toward the containment field controls. "They want to seal you in quantum stasis. Forever." Anna's form solidified slightly, and he could see her face or what remained of it. One eye still held its original brown warmth. The other swirled with the endless purple-black of the dimension she'd touched. Tears that defied physics rolled upward from her cheeks, evaporating into motes of light. "Let them," she whispered. "It's better than this half-existence. Better than being a weapon that kills everything it touches." The dimensional breach had been an accident. The Kronos station had been humanity's proudest achievement, a collaborative research facility where humans worked alongside 12 other spacefaring species to unlock the secrets of higher dimensional travel. Anna had been the lead human physicist, brilliant beyond measure, and Maruz had been her partner in more ways than one. The experiment was supposed to open a controlled window into the 4th spatial dimension. Instead, it had exploded outward, pulling Anna partially through while slamming shut. She'd been caught between realities. Her molecular structure rewritten by forces that the greatest minds in the galaxy couldn't comprehend. "The Vorkai computational matrices analyzed your condition," Maruz continued, stepping closer to the field. "They say your body exists in a quantum superposition. You're simultaneously matter and antimatter, here and not here. Any living tissue that touches you creates a catastrophic collapse of that superposition. I know the science, Maruz." Her voice cracked with human emotion, even as alien harmonics wove through it. "I lived through it. I felt every atom of my being torn apart and stitched back wrong. So please, just activate the stasis field and go. Forget about me. Find someone who can actually hold you back." Maris's hand hovered over the emergency release instead. "The Vorkai are computational geniuses, but they're not creative. The Zelthari understand energy, but they're too rigid. The Primarchs have power, but no imagination." He smiled, that uniquely human expression of defiant hope. "But humans, we're stubborn. We don't accept impossible, Maruz." "No." He deactivated the containment field. Reality screamed as Anna's unstable form expanded to fill its sudden freedom. The air itself seemed to tear around her, and Maruz felt the hairs on his arms stand straight up as competing electrical charges warred in the atmosphere. Every instinct, every survival mechanism evolution had gifted humanity demanded he run. He stepped forward instead. "I spent 3 months in the archives," he said, reaching for her, "reading every piece of human literature, every crazy idea our species ever had. We're the youngest race in the Galactic Council, weakest biology, shortest lifespans, no natural advantages. But you know what we do better than anyone." Anna's form pulsed with deadly energy. "Maruz, please, I don't want to kill you, we love," he said simply. "Despite logic, despite danger, despite the universe itself telling us it's impossible." His fingers touched her hand. The explosion of antimatter should have vaporized them both. The quantum collapse should have created a miniature black hole. The dimensional feedback should have torn a hole in space-time itself. Instead, something impossible happened. Maruz screamed as pain beyond description flooded every nerve. His DNA unraveled and rewove itself. His cells died and regenerated in microseconds. The human body's greatest weakness became its greatest strength, its inefficiency, its redundancy, its remarkable ability to adapt and heal from impossible damage. Humans had survived radiation that killed other species. They'd adapted to toxins, diseases, extremes of temperature. Their immune systems were chaos engines. Their healing factors legendary among the other races for their brute force, stubborn refusal to give up. And in that moment, as Maris's grip tightened around Anna's hand, his body began doing what human bodies did best. It refused to die. The quantum superposition didn't collapse. Instead, it stabilized. Maris's cellular structure, already chaos by galactic standards, found equilibrium with Anna's impossible state. He became a bridge, an anchor point between realities. Anna gasped as she felt it, tooth stabilization spreading from their joint. Hands up through her arm, her flickering form began to solidify. The swirling void in her eye calmed to a gentle The deadly energies that had killed 7 advanced beings found harmony with Maris's defiantly living flesh. She breathed, her voice purely her own again. Maruz grinned through tears of pain and triumph. Because I'm human. Because we're too stupid to know when something's impossible. Because his voice softened. Because I love you, and humans have never let a little thing like the laws of physics stop us from holding the people we love. The containment chamber's alarms blared as scientists rushed in. Scanners extended, voices shouting in a dozen languages. They found Maruz and Anna standing together, hands clasped, as the quantum readings around them stabilized into something the galaxy had never seen before. Human creating harmony from chaos through nothing more than stubborn, defiant love. The Galactic Council would later classify the phenomenon as the Terran Resonance Effect. But to Maruz and Anna, it would always be simpler than that. It was the moment humanity proved that sometimes, the most advanced science in the universe couldn't match a simple human truth. No force in existence was stronger than the refusal to let go of the ones you love, even if the universe itself said it was impossible. End.